Hey, what's up, guys? So today we're back with the band Poets of the Fall. This song is called War, and let's just jump into it because I have an idea of what it's going to sound like because it's Poets of the Fall, but I know lyrically it's probably going to mean something to me. So let's just bounce right into this.
Do you remember standing on a broken field? White crippled wings beating the sky. The harbingers of war with their nature revealed, and our chances flowing by. harbingers of
Okay, wow. As always, they tend to have heavy songs, but well written songs. And I mean, I guess I don't quite get the video with the song, but that just could be because I have a very different concept of what I would consider war. Um, I think it's very applicable to soldiers because, um, like, every single concept in this song is very applicable. But it's all, again, I get it. It's applicable to anybody, honestly, at this point. But yeah, um, the first verse, we'll start there. We'll just start at the beginning because that's the easiest place to start. Okay. Do you remember standing on a broken field? Yes, I do. White crippled wings beating the sky, the harbingers of war with their nature revealed. So basically, a lot of times crows are called the harbingers of war, and so are vultures because they'll eat what's left. Um, and basically, in our chances flowing by, basically, we're running out of chances. And then the pre-chorus says, if I can let the memories heal, I will remember you with me on that field. And yeah, that's a powerful image because a lot of memories do hurt. And a lot of times it's easy to be like, yeah, I went through that by myself. But in order to heal, a lot of times you have to realize that you weren't alone through that situation and you weren't abandoned completely. Like there was somebody that stood by your side. And then the chorus is always just kind of working through that memory, you know. When I thought that I fought this war alone, you were there by my side on the front line. When I thought that I fought without a cause, you gave me a reason to try. And 100%, it's not even necessarily at war, but just to continue being a soldier requires you to have a reason, a cause, if you will, and something to fight for, even if you're not in war. And that's really what gets you through the day. That's what gets you through absurdly long field exercises. That's what you get, that gets you through rotations and specific training and stuff. But I think it's also applicable through everyday life. Like, you have a job you don't like, but you remember that your family counts on you, and that's your reason to at least try to keep going, you know? And then the second verse, turn the page, I need to see something new, for now my innocence is torn. We cannot linger on this stunted view like rabid dogs of war. Again, the whole point is you have to heal. You have to let yourself heal and continue forward, or else you get sucked into this negative way of thinking that's just constantly reliving the nightmares that you've gone through. And then I think the bridge honestly hits the hardest and is the most applicable to the world we see. It says, with no one wearing their real face, it's a whiteout of emotion, and I've only got my brittle bones to break the fall. So if any of you have experienced whiteout, it's extremely disorienting, right? Everything is white. It happens in the desert. If you're, it happens in the desert. It can happen on water too, but it's when everything is exactly the same color and there is no shadows. So basically, you can't tell where the sky meets the land, and you can't see where terrain changes because everything is just white, literally just white, or in the case of the ocean, just blue. And that's usually deep ocean. But anyway, it's a saying a whiteout of emotion is accurate because it's so hard these days to see what people really think, what they're really feeling, because so many people just try to hide who they actually are and how they actually feel. And the idea and the hurt, the giant hurt that comes out of that is the fact that everybody then feels alone because they don't know what anyone else feels and what anyone else thinks. So the first step to healing would be everyone just drop your stupid facade and let it be known that you're actually a human with feelings and emotions and hurts and pains as well. You know, that doesn't mean that you can go be an asshole to people, but being vulnerable isn't a bad thing. And a lot of people view it as a sign of weakness and a sign of, um, I don't know, being a little bitch, giving up your strength because now you look like a weak fuck because you're vulnerable and you're being nice to people for a change, and I think that's retarded. But um when you feel alone, it literally feels like your bones and your body and just you are the only thing that's going to keep you afloat. So there's that. And then it says, when the love and letters fade, it's like moving in slow motion, and we're already too late if we arrive at all. And that sometimes that's true. You you show up too late, and they're gone. And it's because the only way you showed love was texting them once in a while. You didn't actually show love. You just sent them messages to, and never provided any actual support or love. And then the next line that um, really hit me was, "So will you please draw me your real face? Draw the line in the horizon, 'cause I only need your name to call the reasons why I fought." And nobody likes fighting for mannequins, you know? Like, no one goes to war over mannequins. It's because there are real people at home that they care about and they want to fight for. But if they can't even, like, if the people that they are protecting just blank face them and don't actually, aren't actually real with them when they come back, and or supportive even, then it's really hard to keep going. It's really hard to keep fighting and be able to justify why you're fighting or what you're fighting for. And I know military service in the US is very different from a lot of other countries. It's not mandatory, but it's also the biggest military in the world as far as sheer power. It's not the biggest manpower because that's China, but I think it's the third largest with based on manpower, but it's the biggest military might on the planet for obvious reasons, but that's not, I'm not here to talk about that. But even here, like, soldiers come back from deployment and there's a group of people in the country that will thank them, but there's also a group in the country that's like, no, you're wrong for doing that. You're wrong for going there. You're wrong for trying to, bring peace to this country. You should just, like, get out of international affairs. And a lot of the soldiers, like, they don't want to leave their families. They don't want to go to war. They're not there because they want to kill people. And even in certain situations that I don't believe that we should have gotten involved with, that's not the soldiers' fault. That's not the soldiers that went there were not to blame for following the orders that they thought were right at that time. Because a lot of times, and a few times, soldiers have been lied to about why they're doing something. And doing something that they were called, that they later figured out wasn't right, is a terrible memory to live with. But again, that is beside the point. um I do like this song. Obviously I wouldn't just dive into it like this if I didn't. um the music video kind of made sense, not exactly, but it was still good. I still really like their sound, given they're not like, I know most of the music that I look at on here is metal, but I really like this song just for what it is. It's not metal, and I'm okay with that. I actually don't just listen to metal, so it's nice to have a change here and there. But at any rate, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for suggesting this band because I have really enjoyed them. At any rate, I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay safe, stay kind, stay healthy, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.